on Government Order of the Day number 3.
Taxation, Transformation, First Phase Simplification and Other Measures Bill, first reading.
The Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Revenue, I move that the Taxation, Transformation, First Phase Simplification and Other Measures Bill be now read a first time. I nominate the Finance and Expenditure Committee to consider the bill. This bill is part of a staged rollout of Inland Revenue's Business Transformation Program, an ambitious program that over time will reform the department's business practices and modernise our tax system. The proposed approach and stages to delivering the reforms were clearly outlined in the government's consultation paper, Making Tax Simpler, a green paper on tax administration, which was introduced for public feedback earlier this year. That paper set out a number of steps that would be necessary to realise the fullest potential of the proposed reforms and the importance of public consultation along the way. The first of these consultation papers, Better Digital Services, was released in March, and more will follow later this year. This bill is part of that process. As the name suggests, this first phase bill deals with some of the more immediate legislative obstacles to making the tax administration system simpler and more certain for taxpayers. It begins our simplification of tax legislation by proposing to remove references to outdated means of communication and allows for future developments in communication technology without the need to revisit individual provisions in the principal tax legislation. That means, for example, removing outdated requirements for certain communications with taxpayers to be in writing or delivered by post. The purpose of the proposed change is to begin the process of providing modern and relevant rules that will ensure modern electronic technologies can be used in the same way as current paper communications and make it easier for people to manage their tax affairs. With that in mind, the bill also contains proposals that will allow for documents such as tax returns to be filed under electronic signature. This will allow tax agents and ultimately taxpayers to submit electronically signed documents to Inland Revenue under circumstances prescribed by the Commissioner of Inland Revenue. Other measures in the bill are part of the process of simplifying the current tax rules and making taxpayers' lives easier. Measures aimed at simplifying the current tax rules for employee share schemes, for example, follow feedback received earlier this year on proposals to make the rules less onerous for employees participating in these schemes. Employee share schemes are arrangements where employers offer shares in the company to employees and are often used to encourage staff retention and motivation. The value of shares from these schemes is treated as an income substitute under the current tax rules, but unlike most employment income, is not subject to PAYE. Instead, employees who receive share scheme benefits must file a tax return and account for the tax on the value of the shares themselves.
Order. I regret interrupting the Minister, but the time has come to leave the chair for the Kai break. I will resume the chair at 7:30.